Hello, I'm Jacob. Welcome to the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Today we are going to talk about the Ruger Mark IV. I bought this right when it came out. I've spent a good bit of time with it. And, is it the next best thing or is it kind of a failure? Before we get into that, get the danger glasses on. This channel is funded through sales at my website, beachandtactical.com. I hand make custom to order mil-spec rifle slings, gear, survival, tactical, all that kind of stuff, beachandtactical.com. And this channel is certainly made possible through patrons at patreon.com, and I try and give them exclusive video footage. Currently doing a series on my military career, and I try and get them out some stuff whenever I can too. Hugely appreciate my patrons. Everybody who watches this channel should. So, to get right down into the down and dirty of the Ruger Mark IV Hunter, first I want to talk to you about some of the available features. The first one, of course, is the takedown system, which is kind of revolutionary to the 22 market as far as I understand. All you gotta do, you take the pistol off of safe, you depress the takedown button, you pull the top receiver off, you pull the bolt out, and from there it's just as simple as can be. And you might know, if you're familiar with these types of firearms, that in the past disassembly has been a little bit convoluted. Lots of silly levers and three-handed operations or bolts that need tools, etc. So that's definitely the biggest feature of this pistol. And besides that, there is a spring that really pops your magazines out with some force. That's very cool as well. So, going over it generally with the pistol, what are you getting? It's over 40 ounces, beautiful fluted barrel. It's very accurate. I'm not going to talk a lot about the accuracy because it is more accurate than I am. It's probably more accurate than most people are going to be. If there's two things that I was going to nitpick with accuracy, I think the rear sight setup is a little bit silly. I'm not a fan of V-notch rear sights with the high-vis front. I wish it was a U-notch instead. The V-notch just kind of makes it hard to tell exactly where you are with your sight picture. Maybe that's just me. I can still shoot it fairly accurately, especially when I can see some of this footage I shot. I forgot the battle glasses. But, and the trigger pull is nice. It's a little bit odd though, it's a little bit long. It has a long reset. It's not as good as any of the buck marks that I've shot in the past. So there is that. So there are a lot of different models of the Mark IV. There's polymer ones, lightweight ones. They offer a lot of stuff. Why did I buy this pistol? I thought that I would get myself a bomb-proof 22 to throw, to enjoy, to hunt with, to plink with, but the idea being I could throw it in a bug-out bag, leave it in a bug-out bag. It's stainless, which does not necessarily mean stainless. It means stain-resistant. It will rust, but with minimal care, it could sit in a bug-out bag, and I could have it when I need it. How did that work out for me? It didn't. This thing, for a bug-out bag, makes exactly no sense. When I got it, and I started to realize that, and I started shooting it less and less. Because I realized it was almost as heavy as my 1911 loaded at the time, and it's considerably heavier unloaded than my Glock 17 that I carry every day with 18 rounds of 9mm. And I started to become a little bit disenfranchised with the pistol. It is beautiful, but that actually wasn't the end of my issues. Almost every time I've taken this pistol out, we'll talk about reliability, it's always gone bang when I pull the trigger. That's great. Sometimes the bolt doesn't hold back when it gets a little bit dirty. I don't really care. But, so as far as actually going bang, it's been reliable. As far as staying in one piece, not so much. Almost every screw on this pistol has come and worked its way loose as if I was shooting some kind of 44 mag ultra hot load something or other. Sights get loose, wobbly, threaten to fall off. If you didn't notice, when your accuracy starting to get bad, they might actually do that. Grips, takedown pin, any screw that you see on this gun has about wobbled free. And it's actually, this pistol is the final straw for me. I'll do a video that goes more in depth later, but every new Ruger that I've purchased that wasn't a 1022 had severe issues. The Ruger Single 10, when it came out, had to send it back to get the cylinder bores reamed or something like that. It wouldn't eject rounds. You couldn't hardly get rounds out of it. And they had it forever. My Ruger Blackhawk, the hammer on it was so dang sharp that it literally sliced my hand open. That's the only Ruger that I'm going to actually end up keeping. And this one, with the constant, you know, I can go through and blue Loctite every screw on here, but I shouldn't have to. They should be able to put this crap together. And if I was out in the woods and had this in my pack or holster and actually lost something, say I pulled it out and didn't have a sight post and I really needed it, let's say I am bugging out, that'd be an issue. Basically, Ruger, I think, makes a lot of really good guns, but they always screw something up, in my experience. My dad's experience has been different, but I'm not buying from them anymore. Third strike's the charm, whatever. You're out. I'm done with Ruger forever. I think that the Mark IV Hunter, who is this pistol good for? Take care of it, keep an eye on it. You might have to send it back, but it's a great pistol if you want a range gun. I would not have called this the Hunter, I would have called this the Target, which is a different model that they do. Because if you are a hunter, although it is small, it makes very little sense to pull this out for hunting, which I wanted to do with it. Because it's so heavy, you could take a 22 rifle that weighs the same amount and be much more effective. That just doesn't make sense to me. Or you could, if you want a small compact package, you can get this kind of performance in a lighter weight package, even from Ruger. So, does it belong in a bug out bag? Absolutely not. I learned that the hard way. Actually, when I did a bug out hike with James Yeager and them, this is what I was carrying. I'll throw a link to that in the video, in a link above. But makes no sense. And hunting with it, I'm going to hunt with something lighter weight or I'm going to bring a rifle. But I really like hunting squirrel with 22 pistols. This pistol is just not for me for that. But for range use, it is a blast. If I were going to keep this pistol, what would I do with it? I see no reason why the triggers on these Rugers always seem to be just behind on their Browning Buckmark counterparts. In fact, when I did my Browning Buckmark review, I said that Browning was going to lose their sales if they didn't make a similar takedown method that was toolless and easy. And although I stand behind that, it is time for Browning to upgrade their disassembly, because I think using tools to do the basic disassembly of your pistol is silly. I think the Buckmark all around is a better buy, and it's cheaper. So, and you don't have to worry about which version you're getting because they've been making the same version of the Buckmark for a much longer time. So, all in all, you could buy one of these Rugers. If you want a target gun, you might end up loving it, or it might end up shooting itself all apart. Do not use red Loctite, only use blue Loctite. If you bought a lighter weight Ruger Mark IV, it might be great for hunting and for the bug out bag. But I'm just not going to do it because I've lost faith in the company. So I'm done with Ruger. And it ended with this guy right here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Has your experience with Ruger been similar, been different? How often do you really go out and shoot your Rugers? Let me know. I know a lot of people put a whole lot of rounds through them. Does your gun rattling apart bother you from the factory, or do you just expect when you buy a new gun to have to blue Loctite everything? I don't. Maybe that's something that normal people do. Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Please share this video, and Ruger, I hope you get your crap together because I'm tired of giving you my money and being disappointed. Have a blessed day.